People who can fall asleep within 8 seconds of their head hitting their pillow. How the bleep do you fall asleep within 8 seconds of your head hitting your pillow? That's my secret cap. I'm always tired. Stay awake until you fall asleep in the couch, then groggily walk to the bed when you inevitably wake up. My brother is one of these people, and I asked him this recently. The trick is a clean conscience. I got nothing to think about. Me, how do you not think about anything? I don't know. I just stop thinking. He's 16. I turn on Netflix, or Hulu, to a show I've seen a million times. I turn away from the screen and fall asleep. My friend does this. We'll be playing video games, then he'll suddenly be tired and good night. Literally seconds later I can hear him snoring in his room. Man, I have insomnia and none of this shit works. Chronic sleep deprivation. For me it was a learned skill, thank you US Army. They pushed me to work from Reveille to TAPS. And only allowed for 5 to 6 hours of sleep, and I need 7 to 8. I wore an alarm watch. Any break during the day. Oh, I have 25 minutes. Set alarm watch, prop against a tree or lay down anywhere I could, bam, asleep. My wife is still amazed at how I do it. Hit it hard enough. I'm a lifelong insomniac, but my sister could fall asleep on her way to the pillow and sleep through the car going over train tracks. I wake up if a mouse farts across the street. I never got it. I've worked 20 plus shifts and be ridiculously tired and still takes me 20 to 30 minutes at least. So, what the answer is, I think it's just brain chemistry. You can't think. Don't think of anything real or about falling asleep. Once you do, you'll never go to sleep. Best trick I found when I don't fall asleep easy is to put myself in a movie. Like imagine yourself walking through the gates of Hogwarts. What happens next? All up to you, and just let your imagination flow. Eventually you'll fall asleep without realizing it. Just basically never give a shit about anything meaningful, that way you'll never have anything to keep you awake. Totally healthy way to approach life. I have created an imaginary world in my head that I only visit when I'm in bed and going to sleep. My mind associates those places and characters and narratives with sleep. Edit, how wonderful to wake up and discover that this comment went bananas. Smile, so cool to see so many people with awesome imaginations. Makes me so happy. Exercise a lot in the morning after waking up. Became a dad. Since my son was born I physically cannot lay down without falling asleep. It literally just happens. More like 4 seconds. I have narcolepsy. I had to train myself to sleep fast. I went from taking hours upon hours to fall asleep, but now if I say I'm going to bed I'll be asleep, for you can say okay, which can sometimes be a bad thing, ha ha ha. Start by turning off all electronics you are using, lay down, close your eyes, and no matter what, do not open them till morning. At first it's painful because you'll lay with your eyes shut for hours in boredom, but after a few weeks of doing this every night your body gets trained into falling asleep faster and faster. It's basically breaking the habit of not being able to fall asleep. Hope this helps you sleep better. Smile. There's a proverb in my mother tongue that translates to "don't go to bed to sleep." What it essentially means is that one must not go to the bed unless he or she is very sleepy, so sleepy that he'll fall asleep instantly. One must never go to bed to lay down and hope to fall asleep. Weighted blanket. I always said if I could have a superpower it would be being able to go to sleep on demand. As a person who takes at least an hour to sleep, as my brain doesn't shut up or have an off button, I salute you. I've been trying to sleep for 5 hours now and am starting to lose it. Years of intense sleep deprivation. Just finished general surgery residency and I can fall asleep anywhere, anytime. The years of desperately wanting sleep but not being allowed to makes me sleep like the dead. Every guy I've ever slept next to has somehow managed to fall asleep within minutes. Then there's me, where it takes sometimes literal hours for me to fall asleep. Staying asleep is a whole other issue. I have no words for how jealous I am. Coffee helps me. Clean living and a clear conscience. No, honestly, I have no idea. It's changed. I remember lying in bed awake for hours as a child. Kept night owl hours as a young adult, slept when I could when I had babies, woke instantly if something was wrong in the house. Years of waking up early has given me a reliable internal early alarm. I still stay up late a lot, but when I'm ready for bed it's usually pretty quick. Sometimes I'll put on headphones with music or a podcast. Rarely am I awake longer than a couple of minutes after I get in bed, unless my feet are cold.